Hi everyone, welcome back to Beach Angel Tarot. I'm here to do a new moon in Taurus. It is going to be for May 11th. We're going to take a dive in and see what energies and messages Spirit has for us for this time frame and this moon's energies. So what Spirit of Darkness and Light, as you can tell, I absolutely love this deck. So what Spirit of Darkness and Light is helping us with this new moon's energy at this time? And we have, oh beautiful, we have Spirit of Connections, Fated Meeting, Soulmate, Divine Counterpart. So relationships is coming up here. And we're going to see what but angel message. This deck I haven't used in readings on YouTube for a while, but I use it a lot for myself. So I'm going to see here I just want to kind of pick it up and resituate it. I feel like I want to give it a different waffle for whatever the reason. I don't know why. Just all of a sudden I felt like I wanted to resituate it. What angel message wants to come up for this? We have Archangel Michael. You are safe. I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you and your loved ones and home. So safety in a connection, a safe connection, or watching over a spiritual connection as well coming up here. And courage. Archangel Ariel, be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. So it's safe to stand up for your beliefs in regards to a relationship. Also, when I see the lion back there, I get a sense of the strength card as well as Goddess Beset. So I'm going to get one more, what Spirit wants us to know. Strength and courage and safety are coming up here. And we have overcoming difficulties, Jeremiah. The worst is behind you. You are surmounting any previous challenges. So that's what the angels have. Sometimes when this card comes up, I get travel too. This one, like actually flying, but overcoming obstacles, strength coming up. And when I see beset with this courage, that feeling of strength and beset, also giving me a sense of independence too, like being independent, being courageous, being strong on your own in regards to relationship. Yes, this is a relationship coming together, but sometimes we need to find strength and gather our strength standing alone at times as well. But we'll see what messages come up about, within the reading. If it has to do with relationship, I don't know. Not all the time does it. A lot of times my readings do for whatever reason, but we're going to see. Just kind of shuffling the deck in my own way here, just before I spread it. Same deck as my weekly. So what our energy is right now coming into this new moon. What is our energy as we enter into this new moon? How does this new moon see us at this time? So it's this one. And we have the Hierophant. So Hierophant can be about spiritual lessons. So we may have just come through or have had a spiritual lesson. This is 5D. I see a lot of faith coming up with this, with the cross there. So the last new moon may have connected this more to our higher self, our 5D. When I say that, we're, more in connection with our soul self, our spiritual knowledge. There is a sense of faith coming up here. And I'm seeing that video and song, Madonna, like a prayer. And so, what is that? I guess that's, for some reason, that's coming up with this. But that's how this moon is seeing us. It's in our spiritual, I feel like it's seeing us from our more higher perspective, our soul self's energies. And what we contain, I don't know where that word came from, what we contain energetically and with knowledge. I'm getting Akashic records. I'm getting like all this energy coming in from this card. Like I can't even formulate. We see the books there, so information. The visual seems a lot important now too, like how this moon is seeing us literally. Is this, it's like this is how like we are appearing. So like who we are, I feel like who we are in the Akashic records, honestly. Our psychic abilities with the cross and the moon, our faith. But having have gotten a spiritual download of information about our soul's purpose, or we are absorbing it. It almost seems ethereal, like it's like he's there, but he's like almost an apparition energetically. So it's like absorbing that information. So when we enter this moon in a day or two here, we may be having dreams. We may just like know without knowing. We may not have a conscious recollection of this information, but this moon is telling us, seeing us, like sitting in our Akashic records, absorbing the information that is within that and connecting to more of our soul's energy and knowledge and, you know, perhaps direction for our lives. So there's this wealth of information that we are gathering or taking on at this new moon. But I see perhaps the last full moon, or maybe this is indicating the next full moon as being important. So maybe it can be that with this new moon, we are in this energy in the darkness, perhaps of the new moon, and then by the light of the next full moon, which one of my weekly readings, I think it was last week, not the one I just posted, but the one before, it brought up the next full moon as being very important, of taking on, it felt like taking on more of our higher selves, more of the light of our higher self. So this new moon is showing us in that energy of absorbing this information. And again, I almost feel like I'm sitting in the Akashic records, kind of feeling energetically, and just like, oh yeah, you know, I've taken this on. Just his facial expression even seems important. Like, yeah. And he's dressed in older clothing too. And fives are about changes. Fives are challenges, but they're also changes. So I feel like this moon is seeing this change about our energy and all this information. And again, you may know about it. You may be sensing it, you know, psychically, spiritually. You may just have knowing without knowing how you know. You may be having dreams or visions, and like in your meditations, or you may not really have a conscious recollection of this coming into your energy field and coming into your physical being, but this is how this moon is seeing us. So that's a lot of information. Healing that this moon is going to bring for us. Healing this moon is going to instill in us. And I'm not using a healing deck. I don't even have it here with me. So I'm just going to pull a tarot. I'm going to make this really simple. And it's judgment. Well, these are some bigger energies. This heavy duty energies coming up here. In the major arcana. So judgment, this is healing that this is bringing. This is Gabriel. So I feel like this is an awakening, of course. And again, she's looking over at him. And it's like, you know, it's the call to awaken. It's a call to awaken this knowledge. So this knowledge that we are taking on out of the Akashic records, or from our higher selves, or, you know, implementing more of our higher selves in our physical vessel and in our conscious awareness. It can even be in our subconscious, because our subconscious kind of rules a lot of our daily activities and how we react in situations and patterns that we deal with. So, you know, it can even be in that layer of our energy that this is coming forth. But the healing is within the awakening itself. So there's a healing awakening happening with this energy. This is Gabriel, and it's also got to do with communication. So communication is information. It's like that Mercury energy again coming up here. So it can be healing with communication in your life in general, but I feel it's very tied to whatever this is coming in for us, that we may see or sense more of in the next full moon, but this is the new moon activating it or working with it, or, you know, healing this or bringing this healing about within us due to this. So there is a awakening as a healing happening right now into this informational energy, spiritual information. Doors that this moon is going to open for us. Doors that this moon will open. I feel it's feel like I want to be down in here somewhere. And we're going to take this. Oh my gosh. Yep. Moon. And we had moon here. So this is rather interesting. Moon is like subconscious. I'm hearing the word psyche. Our subconscious doors are opening. And again, like I felt that here, like things that, you know, this awakening could be happening within our subconscious, our unconscious awareness, bringing things to the surface. And these can include fears. The moon talks about fears as well. And a bit of my weekly reading is about that. It was where we're going along our journey, you know, following our guidance, feeling very connected to our purpose and where we're headed as light workers. And then all of a sudden we get hit with this diversion, this uncertainty of where we're headed. We can't see. We're in the unknown. We're in fears. We're working through a lot of these, you know, illusional fears. So doors it opens is this, you know, it's kind of like the floodgates can be, it can be, you know, those fears. It can be also, you know, I feel too psychic abilities. It's opening up to more of the psychic abilities, but I feel more of the subconscious, which can include, you know, limiting beliefs. It's something else I'm, you know, learning more about this energy too. So it's opening doors to this where we are more on a conscious, awake, awareness of it. And so it's awakening more to this information that is hidden within the depths of us. So this is pretty cool to see. And we see the wolf here. And the wolf, you know, takes on many, we can, you know, we know about the lone wolf where we're off alone, leader of the pack type of wolf. So he is leading the pack and the pack animal. So the wolf has like 3 or so many different ways of being, right? They can be off alone, away from the pack, they can be part of the pack, and they can be the leader of the pack. So there's something about that for some reason that came up. So it's like finding our place and like where we're going to be in regards to that somehow is coming up as important. So it could be opening the door, you know, to your awareness of where you are in that hierarchy in regards to that too. So it could shed some light on that for you, and you could see yourself in certain positions. You know, I don't know exactly where they're going with that, but that I wanted to share that because the visual of that came up, of them being in many different positions. But the doors that are going to open are on our fears. It can be on our, you know, on our fears, on our psychic abilities, on subconscious, and also limiting beliefs, that type of thing. On the unknown, it can be opening doors on secrets as well, because the moon is all about these things. So any of those things, all of these things, it's awakening that information, that knowledge to come to us or come through us and have a knowing about. So very, very interesting on all the layers that could come up. So maybe because I got the layers of the wolf, it could be all these things, you know, not just one. It could be opening the door on all these things that I just mentioned, which is a lot to take on. So energetically, we are really going to be feeling it. And we have 3 now major arcanas for this reading. So this can be secrets and hidden energy. So the next placement of this reading is a hidden energy. You know, what is hidden in the darkness of this moon? So let's see. It may be tied to the moon energy itself. What is hidden in the darkness of this moon? I just want to keep gravitating back in here somewhere. And we have, look at that, 7 of Swords. What is hidden is, this is going right back to my weekly reading, so I would suggest you go back and watch the one I just posted earlier today. What is hidden is 7 of Swords. This is an energy of escapism, of, you know, betrayal, of pain, thieving, theft, you know, people that take from us and don't give back. But in regards to this reading and the energy that I'm feeling, this is something that's what's within us. And in that reading, I said, people can reflect things to us. You know, everybody is us pushed out. So people will reflect this type of energy to us, but it's only because it's within us. It's to make us see where it is hidden, right? Hidden in the depths of us. What is in our subconscious? What is hidden that we're not consciously aware of, that's in our energy, right? From patterns and from energies of perhaps past life, what's in our Akashic records, in our subconscious, what's in our programming, let's put it that way. What's in our emotional programming that is making that be reflected to us? What is making that fear of those fearful patterns that come up, being betrayed, people that betray, people that take, not trusting, not having trust, not having confidence, letting, somebody let you down, you're letting yourself down. It's always reflecting back to what you're doing inside. So this is what's hidden within us, right? We're not blaming other people. We're not pointing fingers. They did this to us, because when you're pointing your finger at someone, you have many pointing back at you, and it is an inward. It's a reflection back to look at it within yourself. And that is definitely what this is talking about. So this is the energy that is hidden in this moon that is going to be revealed. You're really going to wake up and look at this information. It's going to be shown to us, or we're going to become aware of it. We're going to clear a pattern of this that has this reflected back to us, this energy that causes these fears. And these can even be irrational fears, but they are being shown and reflected back to us. And in the process, things may come to light. You may find things out too with this. But again, always remember not to judge other people, have unconditional love, because it's like a shadow side. And we all, as humans here on Earth, the egoic side has this within. This is like, I would say, this would represent the shadow self, the egoic shadow self, that is hard to look at. And this moon is going to awaken something within that. And again, it may appear as it's happening outward, so you may see this happening with other people, but when it happens, when you find things out, or you learn something about somebody that's uncool, or you see somebody doing something to you in this energy, remember to spin it back around and see how it's coming up to be shown to you about something within. So I'm going to move on, but kind of repeating the weekly energy in a bit. What grows out of this moon? What is going to grow out of this moon? So what is growing for us out of this moon to the next full moon, especially when we see this full moon? And I feel this next upcoming full moon at the end of the month is going to be an important one for integrating more of our soul self. And when we clear these things out, we make room, right? So we create a void for that, more of that light of the soul self, more of the trueness of our higher self to take that space. So we're clearing something dark out. We're looking at something, we're healing something, we're releasing something within to take on more of the proper, light-filled energies, if it makes sense. So what is growing out of this moon? I kind of want to go down this way. What is growing out of this moon? And we have 8 of Wands. This is interesting because this came up in my weekly, and it was in the first placement. So what is growing is movement, action. This is, again, communication. So again, communication, Gabriel, information, tying back to this. What is growing is this knowledge. Also movement again. So once we clear this, and I would definitely go back and watch my weekly because it talks about all this energy. Once we clear this, then we can get back on our path. This feels like getting back to where we were before we hit that detour, so to speak, to clear this out. Like we came upon a spot that it was time to clear and really see ourselves in this light, see this. So I feel a lot have had these, here if it talks about a spiritual lesson, to see this energy and to clear it out. But what is coming, what is growing is the movement again, is the continuation back onto where we were headed. She is poised to move here, and that energy is talking about movement again. So I'm gonna, I don't feel like, that's the end of, I want to see. gonna get another card. I don't know what the name of this deck is. It's like a goddess deck, I think. I'm not sure. I want to pull another message for everyone. I don't feel like I wanted to end there because she's looking. So I want to see what more we want to add to this. So what grows is movement, communication, continuum, energetic flow forward. And we're going to see, we have divine patience. My soul brings forth the right conditions and opportunities for me. The best answers and solutions are delivered at the best times. So timing, this is divine timing. And again, they're saying information, my soul, and we're talking about that soul level energy, information coming when we were back at the beginning of this reading. The best answers and solutions are delivered at the best times. So that is the closing message for us with this moon. So hopefully everyone enjoys this. I hope everyone has an amazing new moon in Taurus. Angel blessings to everyone. Oceans of love.